Here is the Writer's Almanac for Tuesday, April the 23rd, 2019. And it's the birthday of the man who wrote in his autobiography, "The cradle rocks above an abyss, and common sense tells us that our existence is but a brief crack of light between two eternities of darkness." Vladimir Nabokov, born in St. Petersburg, Russia, 1899. Grew up in a well-to-do family, learned to read and write English before he read Russian. The family was forced to flee when the Bolsheviks took power, went to Germany, where Nabokov earned a living by giving language and tennis lessons and teaching boxing and creating crossword puzzles. And writing at night, he was an insomniac. He'd sit in the bathroom and write so he wouldn't bother his family. Wrote his first 9 novels in Russian, was invited to teach at Stanford, 1939, became a U.S. citizen, and switched from writing in Russian to writing in English. And in 1955, he published his novel Lolita, which some newspapers refused to review. The New York Times said the book was highbrow pornography. But the book sold very well, and the royalties from it, as well as the money for the film rights, allowed Nabokov to quit teaching and move to Europe. He lived in a hotel in Switzerland on the shore of Lake Geneva for the last 20 years of his life. It's the birthday of Roy Orbison, 1936, born Vernon, Texas. Went to college, studied geology, but when his classmate Pat Boone signed a record deal, Roy Orbison decided to try that too. Moved to Memphis, formed a band, the Teen Kings, and his career took off in 1960 when he wrote and recorded the song Only the Lonely. One day, Roy Orbison asked his wife Claudette if she needed any money for her trip to Nashville, and Orbison's partner, Bill Deese, said, "Pretty woman never needs any money." And 40 minutes later, Roy Orbison had written, "Oh, Pretty Woman." And today is the day traditionally held to be the birthday of William Shakespeare, in Stratford-upon-Avon in Warwickshire, England. His father John was a glove maker and an alderman. His mother, Mary Arden, was a landed heiress. Young William went to the local grammar school, learned Latin and Greek there, but grammar school was the extent of his formal education, which led to people assuming that he never could have written the plays. He never could have written so knowledgeably about history and politics and foreign countries on just a grammar school education. It is known that when he was 18, he married Anne Hathaway, who was older and who was pregnant. She was 26. She gave birth to a daughter, Judith, 6 months later. Shakespeare moved to London around 1588. It's thought he may have been on the run from deer poaching charges in Stratford. And he began his career as an actor and a playwright. By 1594, he was also a managing partner of the Lord Chamberlain's Men, a very popular theatrical troupe in London. In 1611, he retired to Stratford, made out his will, and died on or around his birthday in 1616. His body buried in the Church of the Holy Trinity in Stratford, under the epitaph, "Good friend, for Jesus' sake forbear to dig the dust enclosed here. Blessed be the man who spares these stones, and cursed be he who moves my bones." Shakespeare, who wrote 38 plays, 154 sonnets, a couple of long narrative poems, created unforgettable characters, and, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, coined 3,000 new words and contributed many phrases to the English language. It was Shakespeare who gave us A Fool's Paradise, A Sorry Sight, Dead as a Doornail, Greek to Me, Come What May, Eaten Out of House and Home, Forever and a Day, Heart's Content, Slept a Wink, Love is Blind, Night Owl, Wild Goose Chase, and Into Thin Air. Here's a poem for today, a sonnet by Shakespeare, Not Marble Nor the Gilded Monuments. Not marble nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful rhyme, but you shall shine more bright in these contents than unswept stone besmeared with sluttish time. when wasteful war shall statues overturn, and broils root out the work of masonry, nor Mars his sword, nor war's quick fire shall burn the living record of your memory. Against death and all oblivious enmity shall you pace forth. Your praise shall still find room even in the eyes of all posterity that wear this world out to the ending doom. So till the judgment that yourself arise, you live in this and dwell in lovers' eyes. Shakespeare's sonnet, Not Marble Nor the Gilded Monuments, from 1609. And that's the Writer's Almanac for Tuesday, April the 23rd, 2019. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.
April is National Poetry Month. How are you celebrating? I'm former Poet Laureate Billy Collins, and my work has been featured on the Writer's Almanac for years. If you appreciate hearing good, stimulating poetry on this program, please consider donating to the Writer's Almanac today. The link to donate is in the email newsletter, which you can sign up for at garrisonkeeler.com/subscribe. Thank you.